Takže dobrý dámy a pánové, z dnešního streamu, dneska se opět pojďme na hru Outer Worlds 2. Hra by se měla každou chvíli zapnout, doufám, myslím, že z 20 minut budou slovat shadery, jako včera. Uvidíme. Dneska stream bude trošku kratší, bude to 5 hodin jak včera, nebo kolik jsme měli.
It's not that serious. Okay, come on. All I'm told is to mind my own business. Oh my god.
Jo, vypadá, že dneska píše jiné věci.
On a scale of 1 to soil my trousers violently, how concerned should I be about this whole rift situation?
Tak. Kastáčika.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
Shut the fuck up, bitches. Dneska se musíme setkat s řádem. Řád pálcí růži. Nějaký špatného zaklínače. Setkáme se s řůdem a... snad se nám podaří nastavit mír. Na klášteru jsou žádatelci.
See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
A komu tu spíš? To bylo nepravděpodobné.
Indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Cordial thrust might be fair.
si, že to jsou naši kamarádi tady. Učení řádu, tady jsou ti řádovci.
Laplace's garden is hardly better than a colony of sprats.
Heard that
And
rift
like
near... Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. Protectorate are not permitted inside Laplace's garden.
Who are you, claiming to deny me ingress?
Someone should have informed you, Arbiter. Cloister is not the domain of the Protectorate any longer.
I'm... what? Emotional?
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war. The Oracle Laureate is our foremost seer, excluding the presiding bishop herself. He oversees the indubitable Laureate Beckett said to accommodate you as best as possible, but rules are rules. Was there ambiguity in my previous warning? Is this some kind of test? You'll discover all you need once inside. This is your last warning.
I hope Virgil has been doing well since last I saw him. Well, we shall find out together. Certainly. I consider myself an open tone. The damned cold has taken... Speak freely.
You're cleared to enter. Go on in.
Můžu si říct svého tanka. Já s malinkové problémy.
Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever she's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late. But I'm certain the rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no... Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of them, those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what and you for recognize. But now, I fear I have kept you. May all your problems proceed.
Máme nový level, let's go. A máme nový perk, let's go. Musím se kouknout na jak mám vzít. Proč asi mě nezajímá, tady mě zklamalo nejspíš. Ani no, vlastně mě zklamalo. Já jsem rád, že dneska nesmím 18 šruto.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
it's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for... But I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support. Which is hardly a surprise. Not if I cannot gauge for certain if you can be trusted. I cannot allow just anyone to wander into Ruth's quarters. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of his... Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete.
We should collect Azza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her ins...
I always find I work best when undistracted. Now, how...
Azza, you might follow a ruinous religious doctrine.
What? Sorry. Caught me.
Such as?
There's anything worse than my former fellow protect...
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Cordial frostbite be damned. Did you receive your personalized order prediction yet? I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first use caution as you progress. There's been reports of personalities in the area.
Něco napadlo tak trošku.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1.
It needs to be clean.
Seems the Protectorate has been gaining ground since winning control of the Archive.
Pravděpodobně duže. No, jdeme.
Warning. You are approaching a Protectorate checkpoint. All Protectorate subjects should prepare to be questioned, searched, voice analyzed, and phrenologically printed. Non-subjects should be eviscerated or otherwise...
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Hastening to cover.
Dobrá, můžeš to mít zde, tako? Prosím.
Locator at ready status.
Investigating hostile intentions. Not without reviving me. Mitigating the threat.
Fortification in progress.
They always come from that big building across the street before they open the gate. They must leave a key in there.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
That'd be Spyerton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
DeVries mentioned a rift modulator on Praetor. Might be time to fetch.
Glorious Dawn members up ahead. Shouldn't be a problem. They're my people, unlike the traitorous scum in Golden Ridge.
This... what? There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that you should let me do the talking when it comes to interacting with them. Those traitors in Golden...
Can often be uniquely resistant to questioning, let's say. And historically, Azza has proven herself to be...
Don't listen to the naysayers, Commander. My vision and understanding is often incomprehensible to more pedestrian viewpoints.
Investigating hostile intentions.
You ignorant fools! I'm almost sorry I have to kill you. Almost.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. charge. Proceeding to attack. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan.
Why are we beset by void-damned traitors everywhere? Has everyone gone mad? If you weren't ignorant of our ways, you'd know that is a ridiculous thought. They hold no one in higher regard than me, save the exalted leader herself. Such as?
No nic, já si udělám tu večeři, takže tak za půl hodinky budu zpátky, zatím si já. Že jsem zpět. Už jsem tady zas. Vyletíme, uvidíme. Nic. Jdeme zpátky.
You bring a cult. I hope this isn't a sign you've lost your nerve. Or are you planning on removing the cultists from Newton one at a time?
Well, then it seems today is your lucky day. The Dawn and Newton have been dealt with. By us. Care to hear all the bloody particulars? Of course. How could you think otherwise? That
You saw a problem and followed your own methods to solve it. I can admire that. If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reasoned something predicted has come to pass. One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. Correct. I've received reports of Protectorate troops capturing the crash site. They're likely wary of many specialists who could handle this task are occupied with the fighting on Cloister, and we can't send a large force, lest the Protectorate collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the
Áno, už 19. Love could be dream, love could be dream. Slowly. Tum 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 tum. Tum tum sabor. Tum 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 tum. Tum tum tum.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Godzina, godzina, pewna godzina.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for— Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Yes. You've earned not only my trust, but the I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth.
The Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning is currently
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased For so long you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now. Faith is trust without it. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and plan willing. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station. Such a commendable effort is worthy of. Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes. He is, at that. I consider. However, there's something of even greater. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of. I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? That was not my question. What is your envisioned outcome for this disputation? I doubt Auntie would see such parity as anything less than a loss, but I confess, I am curious. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to...
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there...
Ještě podporu do vztahy. Tak lidi, kde pak jste všichni schovaní? Musím kury schovat.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the...
Can't tell the difference between cover and... Well, welcome, future repeat customer. I can tell all right, but we...
Welcome. Here it. Unfortunately, I think I just sold my last rocket pistol, but I'm sure.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game.
Look who it is, the instigator of this. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issue.
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Why, I don't know what you're referring to, I'm sure.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 saw point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Stop. If there is one subject at the forefront of my... Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it...
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No. Such a condition is out of the question.
Not completely sure you can convince me that Auntie's choice benefits from receiving 0 access to that wondrous little doodad. Oh, kindly enlighten me on precisely what those greater gains would be. grand. More negotiation.
The Order is pleased to accept our mediator's wisdom.
Yes, the Order can keep their contraption, but the management... No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience.
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from considering...
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to...
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Exactly.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. A 50-50 split? But that's so... equal. I generally consider anything less than a majority. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can have...
I shall look forward to brokering the math with... There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly out of professional curiosity. What could you possibly need with such danger?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold...
I will make no progress with my request. While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed with... Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth...
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. That math is confidential. But I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable. I did not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get... Best I'll say is today's outcome is... workable. Barely.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving...
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value, and do come see me personally when you have time.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing...
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort detail.
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, but it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Spireton once served as the Order's headquarters. Due to its... More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the Ark. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to... Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. A prudent course of action, though I would also advise caution. Praetor is as perilous as Cloister. There is a computronical key that the Caduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Rift data, And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask? It troubles you. What you had to do to get this data. It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision. Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion may you achieve progress.
I never would have foreseen this day would come. You are exceedingly unpredictable, Commander. In a good way. Mostly.
Higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be... Many rivals. But that original...
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief
There you are. Our fresh fit. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered, I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes? Oh, don't worry. You won't rate this sort of treatment should you meet with disaster. Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become... As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here. The details of which are less salient than the details...
Ah, such wit. But moving on, we have a mission for you so vital to Auntie's Choice's survival that it should have been undertaken.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved... I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your... No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory of not just any automechanic. That facility was designed to build complex automechs. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can
Mamy nowy perk, motherfucker. Kouknu všem, co tam máme. Perkos. Deep Drums, magazín Size, tak to se bude hodit magazín Size. Let's go.
And well suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all, that's...
Dum.
777 T-Rex round. Today we'll shoot it. That was amazing.
Tum 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 tum. Tum tum sahur. Tum 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 tum. Tum tum sahur. Abracadabra, Maulana, Maulana, Maulana. No, stazioni.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the protectorate.
Abracadabra, Maulana, Abracadabra, Abracadabra. Aqui, makeover. Michaels. Dobra sprawa, że się ci relacje spełnią.
What blazes? Where is everyone? This entryway should be teeming with guards.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the console. Attendance.
I shall not stay your execution.
Proszę tu robaki, robaki, robaki. Někdo přišel. Vítám. Vítám pana na streamu. Čeho si žičím panovi?
Due to an anomalous event, the interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and step petitions to the researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment. His command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but I cannot do it alone.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been...
It is a time to celebrate the bravery of our once and future.
Impossible! This must be some kind of ploy on the consul's behalf. I don't believe it.
To stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and step into the prosperous future our matriarch
I know I do not have leave to access these security files, but I can assure you.
At ease, subject. I've no business with you.
Then, does your arrival have something to do with the commotion I heard just now? Are we under attack by the enemy? Looking for proof. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security...
Of course. Tell me of the security...
Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunate. I recommend he be replaced until such time as his behavior has...
I remind you that I am in no way beholden to your recommendations, subject.
Oh, of course. Should you require further data points for your assessment, however, I would most dutifully provide them, including my version of the recent... Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. Naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off, you are in the company of an arbiter. Whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon what I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count. The prototype rift modulator is currently in interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room. Oh, once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to the wing. That is what we've agreed upon, is it not? Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be some... I've already shared more with you than I ought have. But that's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power. And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, a technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue research. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Regardless. Even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from... or we were. Due to the exacerbation of the Greater Rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much. He and the consul wore coats cut from these...
That scum! That miserable scum! To think I shall not rest until the consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. I'm pleased to hear you hunger for justice. We shall certainly have no short... I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign. But I will need to deal with those who... I shall attend to that I sincerely doubt this is the end of my thoughts related to the matter, but we've wasted...
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
Huh?
long has the weapon been sitting inside that rift now? An hour? 2?
I thought you were keeping time. They hate our contentment.
Trust the plan.
That rift is strange. Though I'm wary of engaging with these anomalies, it's possible there may be something worthwhile within.
Tak nic. Zmienił się strój. Właśnie sobie używają się widzę.
It's always good to do a little. What's in there? See, look, the water's going down right now. We see. That is crazy.
Threat detected.
They hate our contentment.
Sight makes every hair stand on end. Grab the modulating device, then let us be off with extreme haste.
High priority alert. The prototype rift modulator has been removed without proper authorization. Lockdown initiated.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the interstitial reconfiguration. Aided and abetted by... I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. Oh, really? Which one? You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. Does such bravado norm? So be it. We can forgo civilities. I will await you in the hang.
Enemy in vicinity.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive attacks. Right there.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanent.
Combat problem.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back, will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
The Sovereign's own quarters. I am in awe. Any detritus you may see is most assuredly part of his great plans.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you. out a
Do you
hostile.
suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the Sovereign?
No. It seems we may have been intruded upon during the...
None shall stand against lethal measures at the ready.
I said come.
Adversary vulnerability identified.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Realign with the paradigm.
Reduce them to a slurry.
I don't see him.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment. If...
Should he ever amass the courage to confront me in the flesh,
Of course. An Arbiter's judgment is always sound. It's sure to be in Valancourt's quarters. While you're there, remember to check his confiscation closet for anything of relevance.
very tidy and organized this all is. I imagine Valancourt's dirty secrets are filed in alphabetical order.
You have an update, I hope. Matriarch's blessings on you. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator. Original seed that could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something. I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any, I think I can formulate my own. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt. Now, I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I... The kind that buys you time to do what you need to. If we can find a way to isolate Valancourt from his forces, he will be much easier to deal with. He wouldn't dare. I've devoted more hours to studying rifts than almost anyone living. And since the Order of...
Hold on now. The Order hardly abandoned the Protectorate. You Yaysayers attempted to assassinate our presiding bishop. That's not...
Nevertheless, we have got... Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. Thank you. It's been maddening to go unbelieved for so long about the vileness hiding in it. I'll go first. Follow behind, but not too closely. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him. But his patience isn't limitless, so be swift. Attack when ready. No... Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were. I would avoid interacting with...
defenses against an intruder.
Hold the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself, Doctor. Such a belligerent tone is unbecoming from one of your profession.
Don't tell me to calm down, you traitorous worm. You attempted to assassinate the Sovereign, and don't dare deny it.
For you to have discovered that, you'd have needed to reopen the rift. You're collaborating with the thief, aren't you? Oh, Doctor. Big mistake.
I'm going to report you to Central Control. The Sentinels should know one of their own has gone rogue.
Oh, shall I quake and quiver? Your threats are wasted air. We Sentinels are now empowered to act extrajudiciously. I was merely taking initiative. It matters not if the Consul failed to recognize my foresight at the time. All came to right in the end, now that that simpleton Varric is off the throne. You've turned into such a disappointment, Sophia. First, you blunder my perfect plan with your disgusting heroism. And now you conspire with outsiders.
That outsider barely needed my help. Of the two of us, clearly it is you whose job efficacy has most deteriorated.
Bold of you to assume I don't have everything under control. Or did you think I hadn't cottoned on to this obvious distraction?
Distraction? I don't know what...
You'll die now.
Target analyzed. Down fire.
This fight long enough.
Tipo será? Impressionante.
Jeden rovněž není náš. Je velmi hodný, ale překáží nám.
Počkej, to nemůžeš takhle napsat, je hodný a překáží nám.
Tak jak to mám napsat?
No, je hodný, to tam nech. Pravda.
Že nám překáží, to je taky pravda, ne?
No dobře, ale nemůže to přece takhle spojit. Ta učitelka myslí. Je hodný a překáží.
Je vel...
Você tá achando que você vai ser pessoal de mulher ou não, né? Quero nem saber o que aconteceu depois. Estrava não, pega aí com o Thiago.
When the lab coats say these rifts could...
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
No place to linger.
Yeah.
To what ends do you attempt?
Back to stand. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Check your scope for taking the patient. Still recharging. There he comes. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Enemy operatives! Reprobate!
Now that you have the rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth... visiting rift... may contain contemptible equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
Zpátky prostě.
A že za tebe budu kopat a nikdy nepřestřelím. No tak hej. Sleduj.
You return, no doubt with questions. Call it proof of Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the... It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the... Through a unanimous vote, involved... If you mean how I was selected, more specifically, the preceding bishop recommended me. Paired with my body of work, and my predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate. The compromises made. He had many such regrets at the... I recall that fear. Constant.
Hey! Only secured. At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point.
These rooms are strangely deserted. I admit I do not mind the lack of withering glares, though I wonder at the excess. Typically, the Order is efficient in its inefficiencies.
You're the one responsible for us working with these short-sighted consumerists, hmm? Well, better... it is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spyreton? Ooh, a change in plan. An unanticipated strategic refinement. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most
You there! State your business. Invasive element!
Dobra, pan chyba mi się... No, no.
Time to simplify. Fighting is everyone's threat detector. I'm down in case you haven't noticed.
Target reacquired! That covers what looks much better! There you under his constant gaze.
You have my thanks and my hammer. Radiating lethally.
Restoring the balance.
My reckoning, that was the last one.
Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's entrance, remember?
reacquiring target.
Yeesh. I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Did these Order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all math charts and chalkboards, and how many abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
Ah, we see you didn't even require us. Our arrival is scheduled for the optimum moment. Apparently we're meant to hold Spire, not assist in taking it. Field work without data collection is an idle time pass.
Wait. The Protectorate have the entrance to the Archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. The Before we go further, should we discuss a plan?
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal?
Well, we took Spyreton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spyreton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming?
A good plan, but cloak and dagger techniques may only get us so far in a battle of this scale. We'd be better off with direct support. Neither the Archive nor its many defenders are going anywhere.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, it makes all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment.
Defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Hostile in proximity.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Room? Worry about tomorrow. Never eating Crabble again. Help you with something? Unctuous.
I require my You have my thanks.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Looks like the work of scavengers. Find them, we find the missing part.
And wouldn't you know it, there's a foreign wire here, siphoning power. Perhaps we'd best follow it.
brought to you by the... Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? Likely I have. Was there a big console that looked like somebody just unceremoniously yanked the innards free? If so, yep. The law of these caves is, anything loose is mine. This place was built by the Order. Nowadays, it's held by the Protectorate. Figure I could be convinced to part with the lift control board parts. I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. If I wasn't so vigorously self-assured, I might find your lack of... Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all... Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one of their own. Like, have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals, coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them.
Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny, and my cunning plans require at least... Have at it now. I'll learn you all about... self-sufficiency and survival.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of the next ruler, the console.
Appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help. Falling prey to impermanence.
Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, finally... sad to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten, for nature has an unforgiving nature. Sometimes you eat, sometimes... Anyhow, suppose we have... Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in. Drop back in again sometime, will you?
No, každopádně jde se hodit, takže tady pro dnešek končím. Asi zítra budeme pokračovat dál. Tak, takže doufám, že se vám tento stream líbil, pokud vám dejte like, koštěnovat odběr, určitě tento stream svým přáteli, no a pro tento stream už teda čas.